This is the Straits Times Newsnight. I'm Chow Suen.
I'm Dylan Ang. Great to have you with us this Thursday evening. Singapore may tighten Covid-19 rules ahead of Chinese New Year, which is in 3 weeks. Education Minister Lawrence Wong, who co-chairs the task force tackling the pandemic, spoke on Tuesday in an interview with reporters to mark 1 year of the coronavirus in Singapore.
Mr. Wong said that while Singapore is now in a stronger position to manage the virus, the situation remains highly unpredictable. And as we approach another festive period,
we are concerned that if we continue in the same sort of current situation, we don't do something more, then this continued creep in the cases may end up with new super classes emerging that may be beyond our control later. So we are considering very carefully now whether additional measures may be necessary, and when we are ready, we will explain and highlight to the public what these new safeguards might be.
the concern comes as the number of new COVID-19 infections in the community continues to increase, with another 4 confirmed today. The other 34 cases were imported.
The Health Ministry said that new community cases have gone up from 4 in the week before to 18 in the past week. Unlinked cases in the community have also risen from 2 cases in the week before to 6 cases in the past week. Let's now hear more from Minister Wong and his co-chair of the Multi-Ministry Task Force, Health Minister Gan Kim Yong, on Singapore's handling of the pandemic.
In this part of the interview, they reflected on the past year and outlined the road ahead. Take a listen.
Half years from now, I don't expect major changes. We will largely still be in the midst of a pandemic. Because even if the majority of people in Singapore are vaccinated, it's impossible for the world to be vaccinated by this year. Over a 4-year time frame, 5 years, who knows exactly when, but at some point the pandemic will pass. Surely, no pandemic is forever.
Of course, the biggest decision was the circuit breaker and how we arrive at the timing of the circuit breaker. If you do it too soon, it's not going to be effective. If you do it too late, it's also not going to help because you would already have a big cluster in your hands. So we have to persuade the cabinet, persuade PM, say this is a time that we need to move, and we need to move in quite a decisive way. Because the worst is to have a half-measured circuit breaker. Then we would have gone through the difficulty, but yet it's not going to be effective.
There are certainly many things we can do better if you look back. At the start of the year when we were fighting this virus, there are so much uncertainty, so many things we didn't know about the virus. We didn't know about the asymptomatic nature of transmission. We didn't know how infectious it was. There was a lot of unknown, and clearly if we have a better picture, then we'll have taken different measures. After all this is over, as we have promised, we will do a full review, really to look at how our processes, our systems can be improved, because we know that there will be future pandemics. And just as we have learned from SARS, we have improved our system. After COVID-19, we want to learn from this experience to do even better and be better prepared for the next pandemic and for disease X in the future.
If you'd like to see more, you can watch the full video on the Straits Times YouTube channel. The link is in the description below. Meanwhile, the nationwide vaccination exercise has been expanded to include Singapore Armed Forces soldiers. The Defence Ministry said that the plan is for most of the SAF to be vaccinated by the middle of the year. The first batch of soldiers had already received their jabs last week, together with Defence Minister Ng Eng Hen and Senior Minister of State for Defence Zaqy Mohamad.
From tomorrow, cargo drivers entering Singapore at land checkpoints will have to undergo a compulsory COVID-19 antigen rapid test. The Trade and Industry Ministry said the tests will be progressively rolled out from 9 a.m. at the Tuas and Woodlands checkpoints for cargo drivers and those accompanying them. Those who test negative can proceed to enter the country.
Also in the headlines, if you live around the Kampong Admiralty area, you might soon notice a significant change. A stretch of road will be temporarily closed off as part of a trial next month. Water-filled barriers will be placed along a stretch of Woodlands Ring Road between Woodlands Drive 63 and Drive 71 as part of a trial to repurpose road lanes as footpaths, pedestrianised streets or cycling paths. With the westbound lane closed to traffic, the eastbound lane will be converted to a bus-only road. The trial is part of Singapore's ongoing push to go car light and promote walking and cycling.
US President Joe Biden may have been touted as the main attraction at his inauguration, but according to social media, someone else stole the show. 22-year-old Amanda Gorman read her stunning poem, The Hill We Climb, offering a hopeful vision for a deeply divided country. She is the youngest poet in US history to mark the transition of presidential power, joining the ranks of previous inaugural poets like Robert Frost and Maya Angelou.
We will rebuild, reconcile, and recover in every known nook of our nation, in every corner called our country. Our people, diverse and beautiful, will emerge battered and beautiful. When day comes, we step out of the shade, aflame and unafraid. The new dawn blooms as we free it. For there is always light, if only we're brave enough to see it, if only we're brave enough to be it.
If you've spent any time online today, you will probably have seen at least one Bernie Sanders meme. His appearance at President Joe Biden's inauguration today has gone viral as the image of Vermont Senator Sanders sitting alone on a folding chair, dressed in a brown coat and mittens, inspired quite a crop of fresh memes.
With many, including several celebrities, doctoring the original image to depict the grumpy-looking Sanders in a variety of places and situations, both likely and unlikely. And even Singapore has gotten involved with a meme by SGAG featuring Sanders as a safe distancing warden making its rounds online.
Hilarious.
Now, a seesaw may seem like nothing special, but a set of 3 have won awards for its design. But of course, they are not just any seesaws. This collection of bright pink seesaws, which was built across the US-Mexico border and allowed children on either side to interact across the steel fence, has gained acclaim for its message.
The teeter-totter wall, which bridged across El Paso in Texas and Ciudad Juarez in Mexico, was created by 2 professors and beat out 70 other nominees from across the globe to win not just the overall award, but also Design of the Year in the transport category.
And it's almost Friday. Here are some things we are looking forward to this weekend. Calling all aspiring TikTokers, how about a fun new dance challenge? Now here's the jingle.
What to eat? Kopi teh ping teh tarik, Hokkien mee rojak roti john, mee pok mee sam mee rebus, char kway char kway teow laksa, har gow siu mai lo mai gai, kambing fishball dumpling soup, egg prata cheese prata plain prata bong prata. So much food.
As part of this year's Chingay celebrations, Digital Chingay 2021 has put out a call for submissions to its hawker culture jingle TikTok challenge, where people are invited to record and submit videos of themselves dancing to the jingle, which also incidentally sets out to celebrate hawker culture.
Members of the public are encouraged to learn the moves and join the TikTok challenge from 5th to 14th February 2021. Are you up for it? Now moving on, Sue Ann, what are your thoughts on Chinese New Year? And don't say you're only looking forward to it because of the Hong Baos.
Well, I love Chinese New Year. I mean, what's not to like about feasting and soaking in the festivities?
Now, as we close in on the annual celebration, here's something to look out for this weekend, the iconic light up in Chinatown. 88 ox lanterns will illuminate Yu Tong Sen Street and New Bridge Road. They are among the 888 lanterns that will light up the precinct. Lanterns in the shape of pomelos, blossom trees and ingots will also be featured, symbolic of the light-up's theme, usher in good health, prosperity and happiness. South Bridge Road 2 will be adorned with lanterns depicting the 12 zodiac animals, and this year's centerpiece, a 10-meter-tall golden ox located opposite Chinatown Point.
If you can't physically make it down, fear not. You can tune in on the live stream on Chinatown Festival's Facebook page at 8 p.m. on Saturday.
And that wraps up the Straits Times Newsnight. Do visit straitstimes.com to see more news and videos.
You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel by hitting the button below. Have a great evening, and we'll see you tomorrow.